Yeah, so I wrote this answer for a Quora question on in 2018. It's been 4 years now, hasn't it? The question was, what's a hidden trick everyone should know for the computers or the internet? And you know what? Let's go over each one of them now. It's been so long. Maybe it needs some updating. Right click on desktop, new folder, name the folder something something without quotes, and God mode control panel. As you see, I already tried it. And if you open it, you get almost a lot of things. You have schedule tasks, edit group policy. You might not have group policy if you have Windows 10 home. Add a device, change time zone. So a lot of settings are here. Yeah, just for that question, it should get an upvote. Copy an image of a document question. Okay, so if you take a picture of any document in OneNote, let's say this, and I copy it, and you open OneNote. OneNote comes as a part of the Office suite. So if you have Office, you must have it, and you click on copy text from picture and you paste. So this is the easy and quick way. There are other ways, but this is the easy and the quick way to do it. You don't need a new version. That is right. So what happens is, if you have, let's say, an old system, I'm thinking if I should do this on this channel or should I do this on the Indian channel. But looking back to it, India is not the only country where we are still using old XP and 98 and 7, not 98, but XP and 7, Windows 7 computers, at least in shops, small shops and all. So yeah, so the thing is, if you go to any local shop, you will see that they are still using Photoshop 7. The point is, you do not need the latest version of the software to learn the basics of the software. You can learn AutoCAD 2D in AutoCAD 2007. AutoCAD 2012 is more than enough to teach you everything about AutoCAD that you have to know for getting started, for learning everything. Same thing with Photoshop. You can learn most of the things in Photoshop 7. The advanced you go, it has some good features, it doesn't have something, but the point is you can get started on the basic low software, and it doesn't require a lot of system requirement. You can play a lot of retro games, all the Nintendo NES games, SNES game, PSP games. You know how you can play old God of Wars on your Android phone also. Now this is not only for system, this is also for handheld Android devices also. So if you just find an emulator, you need an emulator to emulate the game. You need the actual game, you can find it online. Sometimes you need a BIOS file that you can also find online. It is pretty easy. Yeah, I thought that 7-zip was a far better manager than WinRAR, but as you saw my earlier video, the symbolic error link, man, I'm working with an IT company. I realized that WinRAR is much more better. It works a lot more times than 7-zip, even though 7-zip might be faster or better. WinRAR works most of the time. Yes, if you have an old PC, let's say very old, even Pentium series, getting a version of Linux that is right for that system might make it usable. Pen drives can stop. Yes, that is right. If you format it in the wrong partition, let's say you format it by EFI in Linux system, you can't see it on Windows. But if you use a good partition manager, like I think for Windows it's Paragon Partition Manager, you can get the free one also. So yeah, and that will make it usable again. You can also make a hidden partition to hide your personal stuff, but it doesn't matter. If someone's going to look for those things, they will find it anyways. This is very important. I will make a video about it. You can reconfigure your keyboard keys to any keys. So if the key is pressable, it shows up, except the function key, not the function F1 to F12 key. It's the Fn plus 1, Fn plus 2, Fn plus like the F4 key, which let's say decreases brightness on most laptops. Apart from those, you can do almost anything. Change brightness, change volume, up, down. Yeah, okay. Registry, there is a lot of things that you can do by visiting the registry, but be very careful. You can completely wreck your system if you don't know what you're doing. You can access a lot of blog sites with Tor browser, that is right. Windows 7's password can be removed with installation. Yeah, I did that. I did not know I could do that, but I was in civil engineering. I was like in third year, and my teacher told me that the head of the department was not there, and they needed to they needed to have something done. Can you open this laptop? And it had Windows 7, and they did not know the password, whatever the reason was. So I booted up the installation CD. I think what I did was I changed the sticky keys. Yes, I changed the behavior. I actually renamed command prompt as sticky keys with the installation CD. Rebooted into Windows. In the login option, I just press down sticky keys, shift key 5 times, which automatically opens up the sticky keys, and command prompt open up. And from there, I think I did a few commands and user reset password and all that, and the password was over. So yeah, you can do that. You can assign shortcuts to almost, yes, that is right. So if you have any program, you can go into properties and you can assign a shortcut key. So let's say Control Shift, your Control Alt S. No, Control Shift S is much better. And I can press Control Shift S. I think I might need to, yes, works. So yeah, you can do it for anything, and you should do it for anything, especially things that you use on a regular basis. Yep. If your system has stopped booting up and Windows is not able to recover your files, recover itself up, make a Linux, you know what, just make an Ubuntu pen drive, and you can use that to at least fetch all your data from there if the data was not BitLocker encrypted, which most home users would not. You can remote access your computer with Chrome Remote Desktop. What I mean to say is you can access it from an Android phone, your computer, if it is connected to the internet. Let's say you have started some downloading or something and you are going out, you can control your PC from there, wherever you are. You can even log into your PC, do everything, log out, log the screen. You can do all that from there, but you have to start it first. You have to enable everything first. Turn on mode. Yep, there. If you press Control Shift Escape, you will see startup. You should disable the ones that you don't know or don't care about. Yep. So you can turn off many startup programs. You know what? The reason I'm making this video because these little things will help us in stripping down a Windows version for older PC, which, as it seems, is really important. You can turn off many startup programs and services off, or at least change their default to manual. Oh yeah. So if I open services, and there are a lot of applications here, you do not need to turn everything off. Don't turn everything off, but let's say I don't want my Adobe Acrobat update service to ever run. I don't want to update it. It's working just fine. I disabled it. Let's see if there is something else. If you do not know what it is, don't do it. Simple as that. This is Hyper-V virtual machine management. If you are having issues with installing BlueStacks or the Android emulator, try stopping it, restarting it, and disabling this and restarting your system again. Don't disable the NVIDIA display container. Defend. Okay, I'm very tempted to disable it now, but you shouldn't. Let's see if Sysme. If you just disable it, I think the number of extra applications running on your device. Sysme is actually needed to. If you disable that, you will see an improvement on your system. I mean, right away, almost right away. I don't want to update my Google software, but you can do it on manual. So with manual, what will happen is, at least when you will start it, what is this? Is this OneDrive? Mail another application function will not properly. I don't care about one thing. I don't want it. And the thing is, if it stops working, you can just go ahead and enable everything. I think this, don't do disable Windows search. I tried disabling it thinking this will disable Cortana, but it also disabled all the indexing, so I had a hard time searching for everything. This I've already disabled this. I think I have disabled most of the thing here. Group policy, don't disable it. I don't want to update Microsoft Edge. Is there anything else? Don't disable anything that has LAN or Bluetooth or network editor in it. Don't do that. Visual format access. I think this is no. Don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do it. Is there anything else? Enough for now. Yeah. On the same note, you can open ms config and here on startup. Sorry, on services, first hide all Microsoft services, and here you can actually disable a lot of things. See, I don't play Epic games right now. I don't care. Atheros, keep Atheros. I think that is important. So I don't know if I should disable it. This is Vanguard. I don't want Zoom sharing service. I don't use it frequently. I don't want the maintenance service to run, and I don't want Google update to run. I can update it manually. It doesn't need to run in background for me. Don't click on restart. It will restart right away. You can turn completely Cortana off. I have made a video about it. I'm not sure if it works on Windows 11. I will check it later. I think I already. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you have a pen drive and your office restricts you from using any application in the system they have given you, 90% of the time they have not locked the BIOS because they need to go into BIOS. So what will happen is, if you just put in a live CD of the pen drive, and when the system starts, you can press F12, F8, F10 key, whichever key that selects the boot, and you can boot from your pen drive, and you can do whatever you want on your system because it will not affect the actual hard drive that it has. Oh, okay. I did not remember this. Yeah, so if you disable network discovery, it will really speed up your computer. That is right. That is actually right. I completely forgot about it. I actually have completely forgotten what is that is. I remember I saw a huge performance benefit while I did this. So let's say it. I think it's in advanced sharing. So if I just turn off everything, turn off, and I save it and I reboot system, it will be much faster. Yeah. Yeah, don't try auto hotkey with online games. It will most certainly it will get you banned. Underlines are many option otherwise. Oh yeah, so if you let's say open Excel, I don't think this has this thing that I'm looking for. No, not this one. Let's say I open Paint program, and no, this is also not old school. I think Notepad is old school. Notepad, you will not see this Notepad. You have this Notepad on your system. So if I go here and if I press Alt, you can see there are underlines under everything. FOR. So if I press O, it will open format. That sort of thing. Yeah, switching to a classical view speeds up your computer. The hell is classical view? I think I mean this. If you type, what's it called? env, edit the system environment variable. This will open up. If you go into setting, disable animation, fade, slide and smooth. So if you do this, okay, so I think that is for older version of Windows. In older version of Windows, you had the classical option. It isn't there anymore. Alt tab to move it. You already know that. Or if I do Alt tab, if you press Windows, it will open up the Explorer. I already talked about Notepad++, very useful. Sometimes when an application freezes. Oh yeah, Oh yes. So let's say your application is freeze and you have tried Control Alt Delete, you have tried Control Shift Escape. They do not work. What it happens with most graphic applications that will happen. Windows tab and Alt tab might also not work. What will work? Okay, so if you press Windows tab, you will see the let's say feedback hub is causing me the problem. You just click and hold, you move it to a new desktop, you come to your here current desktop and you press Control Shift Escape now, and now you can go and disable that application. Yeah, Alt GR key is to input. Okay, if I press Alt GR key and I press 3, I have a halt. So it's the right side Alt. On most system, on most laptop, you will see the Alt GR key. So if I press Alt 1 2 3, it's bracket Alt 4 5 6. It's whatever this is. It's Alt 3. Alt. Yeah. Oh yeah, do please sign. It was not there. You can directly type in any local language. Okay, so Google Input Tools had an application. Google Input Tools, Windows. I'm not sure if it's online anymore or not. Oh yeah, it is there. So you can write in your own application, in any application, in your own local language, in any application. You just type in English and you can transfer it to Hindi. I don't think I have it installed here. Let me check the other Chrome. So do I have it? Do I have it? Yeah, I have. So if let me show you. So this is for Chrome, but it also, if you install that version that I showed you, here are a lot of languages, as you can see. And the best part is you do not need to know the, let's say I have to type Hindi, I do not need to know the actual characters that will produce Hindi like in the earlier days. So if I go here and I in it, I select Hindi, I can write hello bhai kaise ho. Okay, so I did not need to type in actual Hindi. So that is what I'm talking about there. Turn off Defender before cracking. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. You can move files between computer by using Ducto. I mean, Ducto was a pretty good program back in the day, but nowadays with so much internet time, I don't know if it's relevant. You know what? Let's update the answer a bit. A few things need to change. Due to not, it's not irrelevant, but it's not a good solution. You can find better solutions though. Turn Defender, don't turn Defender off. Don't turn Defender off. Just check if the file is hack, crack, or virus. Don't allow viruses on your system. Google Input Tools, Windows application, and Chrome extension. It's the right Alt tab and move the troubling app into the new desktop and then close it. Column delete, which is okay. I didn't show you that Notepad++ has column delete. Let me show you. So if I come here, I type something, I can do Alt and I move it, hold down there, and I can put one character here. I can delete this. This is very useful. Yeah. Windows. Yeah, these are shortcuts, man. These are shortcuts. Switching to classical view. This has been removed. Turn off animation in, where was it? It's in advanced performance setting. Yeah, answer was pretty good actually. Okay, I think I will do it once more someday.